Well, hello guys, welcome back to episode 4 of Craft SMP. Right now I'm in the nether, just sort of patching up a highway and making it a little bit safer, so that we can get to another fortress that's right over there. Just a little bit easier, not have to worry about dying all the time, because getting knocked off by toglins is not the most fun thing. But, I've got a very specific reason for going to this fortress and making it, well, safer to get there. There's a blaze spawner over there, obviously, and I've designed and created a blaze farm that we can use to get not only blaze rods but also experience. So let me go ahead and show you guys this farm. Okay, so I'm in one of my creative worlds that I just built just to try and design this, and this is going to be the blaze spawner. So it's got a pretty big chamber in here where the blazes will spawn, along with a viewing platform over here. And then the blazes will end up coming down here. Down here we've got just a holding area where you go in AFK and then go kill the blazes. And two different ways to get up, and an entrance. I don't know what I'm going to link this to or how I'm going to link it, but that's to come at a later time. All I really plan on building today is this. And now I gotta go gather some resources. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, so I've gone and I've gathered up some supplies, and as you can see right here in the ender chest, which is what I'm going to use to transfer some of the supplies on over. We've got some of our building materials for the inside, we've got some of the other materials for the walls, some materials for the floor, some lighting, and some of the just general purpose stuff that we need. We've also got some fire resistance potions, so once we're over there and we're starting to build, we don't actually have to worry about the blazes constantly trying to murder us. Or any other animals. Bobs. Anyways, let's get on over there and let's start clearing out some space and building this thing. Alright then guys, hope you enjoyed that time lapse of me actually building the blaze spawner, and or blaze farm I should say. The spawner was already there. And let me just go ahead and give you guys a tour of this right now. So yeah, slight little tour. So as we this is like the hallway from our main bridge, right? This is like what goes up to the main bridge that comes on over to here. And I've enclosed it all in netherrack, so you could come down here with like almost no armor on and you should be safe. You can get out to the rest of the fortress over here, but for the most part I've made this design so no matter where you're standing you shouldn't get hit by blazes that are outside, as long as you're over here. But it just kind of dips down, and there's a staircase down to the killing chamber. Okay, so as I showed off earlier, this is the design that we're doing, the warped wood that we're using on the walls. Kind of looks like wallpaper. Then we have the killing chamber right here, which you should take your sword, and preferably you want to use a sword for this and not an axe, because otherwise you'll only be hitting one blaze at a time if you use an axe, but if you use a sword you can hit multiple at a time. But you just come down here and you start whacking them. If you want to, you put something in your offhand, and that also gets mended up. So you just let them kind of like sit here for like 10 minutes as they get a bunch of them grouped up, and then you kill them off, and then you sit here for another 10 minutes. Now right now I actually don't have enough iron to make hoppers for underneath, but when I get enough iron, I'm going to put some hoppers that lead to this chest. Well, for the most part, just kind of have that chest there for in the future reference. Got some shroom lights lighting it up, and then there's this hallway over here that also lights them up. So on either side of the hallway we've got pretty much an elevator made out of scaffolding. Pretty cheap way to make elevators that I really enjoy. Right? And we can come up here. Pretty much this is like an area where you can sit while you're waiting if you don't want to wait in the killing chamber. You just wait up here and then you can watch the blazes. But they will sometimes just float up in the air. But once they hit the lava, most of the time they'll start going into the lava and just continue to go down. Because the blazes don't see where you're at, most of the time they have a tendency to just go down. Now that's about all I really have to show off about this thing. There's something pretty on the outside. I haven't decorated the outside because it's not meant to be seen from the outside. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and sit here, and do some farming of these. Can't really be considered AFK because for the most part you actually do have to be killing them actively. But you can sit for like 10 minutes while you wait for them to group up. And I'm going to go ahead and repair some of my tools, and then we'll come back when we're done. So I just got done sitting over here and farming up for a little bit. And we got a pretty good number of blaze rods, almost 2 stacks right there, and it only took me about 30 minutes to do that. And I've got everything, well, for the most part repaired up that has mending on it. These 2 pickaxes are pretty good, sword's pretty good, armor's pretty good. I repaired the shovel almost all the way up, but I didn't feel like sitting there for the very last bit of it. So with that, I'm going to go back to base, and that's really all I had planned for this episode. I apologize for it being so late, but yeah, things happen. Anyways, that's going to be all. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.